So we're still on the story about migrant and migration. Anyway, I just want to lay out my heart about migration. Migration has always been from the time of Bible, from the time immemorial. Migration has always been, and the citizens have always revolted about it. Even in the Bible, when the Israelites were in Egypt, and then at a point, the Israelites were supporting the Egyptians, doing the farming work and everything, and then there was hunger. I'm sure some of the citizens were revolting about it then. Even the Bible didn't tell us that story. So migration has always been, it has always been doing that. Some people, you might not be comfortable in where you find yourself, and then you might move to another place where you're able to systemize yourself there and take care of yourself and your family if you have one. And there is war. War has made people to move around, and because of some crazy people can just ignite fire and ignite war, and women and children suffer, and innocent vulnerable ones suffer, so migration has been something that has been there. Or some countries have not got the wealth. There's the economic migrant, which I know, this is the one I know very well, that we Nigerians, we've been doing that one, and that's how I ended up overseas anyway, because of economic migrant, because when you finish uni, you finish studying, you don't get a job, you don't get to support yourself. All you need to do is just find a way to come out. I came out because my husband married me and brought me over here, and then we had lovely children, and then we've been saying, and then listen, I lived in Italy, and it was not a perfect place. I cannot take them perfect. They're not even satisfactory. Self, I won't even give them. They're not good place for, like I said in my in my talking, said that people move around, and then you can find a comfortable place, and then you stay there. You might not be comfortable, so there wasn't a comfortable place for me. Even though I had my children there and they started growing, it was every effort I made for it to be comfortable. It wasn't comfortable until I moved out, and then I moved over to UK, and things flourish. The effort I put staying in Italy, the amount of effort I put staying in Italy, if I had used it staying here, I would have gone so far. But I'm a believer. I believe in my strength. So maybe that was a learning curve for me. That was a learning stage for me. Not just me. There are so many people, and we live there. And there's so many people equally left even before I picked the courage to leave as well, because I had family. I have to think about everybody, and then we have to sit together and plan it well before we left there. But at the point we were like, we can't keep on. I even I'm like a person that came in and spoke to so many people and said, no, look at what we say, look at the difference, and then take your step if you want, if you don't want to stay. And some people took this step and they're appreciative, and then now things has changed in their life. And some people like now, and they're still good, they're still living there. So, like I said, it depends on the individual, it depends on what you want for your life, it depends on how you want it. And as a migrant, then I don't see why a migrant will take a step of faith and move and go to another country and sit back and relax and say, oh, give me money to do this or stay. It doesn't work. Anyway, not Nigerians. Nigerians are hardworking. They want to live life. They want to, where is the job? Whatever job, they want to make it and they survive. I know that because all of us, I think Nigerians have that blood. We want to go there, make the money, send back home, look after our own family, take care of who's back home. We want to, bring everybody out of the hunger situation as well. So I don't know. No, I'm not saying that he's 100%. There might be one or two that just want to be whatever. So myself, I'm a migrant, and then look at my life now. I'm so appreciative of where I am now. But in Italy, don't take me back. There are some people I go to their home now because I do assessment, and then I go home to their houses, and I want to chat with them. I want to talk about their lifestyle and how they come about how they are now. Some very few of them will be like, I don't want to go back there. That is a kind of story I am now. I don't want to go back there because what will come out of my mouth, my experience, my daily experiences, my hard working, it was a tough environment to stay. It was a tough environment to stay. it was a very tough environment. I won't encourage anybody to go there. And then those people living there, are, well done, you guys. But if you have a chance, if you have an opportunity, take a step of faith. The environment is not conducive for family, especially for us that come up from Nigeria. How are you going to manage the language? No matter what you speak, no matter how you translate the language, it doesn't suit in. It doesn't suit in for your children if you have one. If your children is going to school, it doesn't suit in. And then the people, the Italians are not good in being friendly. They might be singularly friendly with you at the back when nobody sees them, and then they come to the front, they'll be like, huh? They're not being friendly at all. The way they'll cast you and cast your children. Oh, I didn't get that, but I saw so many people and I fought for them. It was too much at the point. I'm like, no, one day they're gonna do it mine as well. But my kids were okay. I never got that situation. People came up and tell their story, and I'm thinking, where? Where did it happen? Hmm? Just as a person, where I worked, that's where I got that situation of I know, and maybe my husband, in the environment where we work, but my children we never got such an idea or such experience from people around them. People were friendly at the time, they were young. They were small. They don't even understand that these kids are so handsome then. Even now, they're very handsome. So at the time they were young. The environment is not a concern. If anybody comes out from there and tells you this and that, I can see some people in the social media talking about these are no, 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 they don't know what they're saying. They don't know what they're saying. Mm? And these kids, the moment we brought them out from there, and you begin to see light, you begin to see how shiny, how brilliant, how beautiful, how handsome these kids are. All of them, they begin to shine their stars. Oh, in the school, everywhere. And they begin to learn things. These kids, our children there, we weren't able to mix up with them because we are consumed by the job we do. We are consumed by the environment. Like I'm going to work, I come back, my husband is off to work. Sometimes two of us will go to work and then they'll be at home. You can't do that here. But these are ways what we did to pay our bills over there. But here we never did it. Never, never. We had the time for our children. We have the resources to look after them. We have the resources to do things together with them. Even now, I feel like I'm being cheated. Those years that I never had time to do things with them. Now they're grown. Now they want to do things with their friends. So imagine if I was in Italy and my kids grew up without me mixing up with them to this stage. That would be hurting for me. That would be hurting. But look at it now. You see there? Mm-mm. So there is nothing you can tell me. People who moved out from there, they're flourishing, they're intelligent, they're going to school, their life changed. My life changed as well. My life really, really changed. I had to go to uni when I came into this country. I was able to go to uni, even though it was alone. But going to uni, brushing up myself is something else. I never had that opportunity. I was worried how my children is going to go to uni when they were there. How am I going to manage it? No, you see there? Mm-mm. That's not a place. That's not a place to live, especially with kids. So if you have the chances to kind of change your lifestyle out of there, do it as quick as you can if you have the chances. So it's just a minor chat. So we're gonna go in detail. I will start bringing up the details one after the other, how things were working when I was in Italy, how life was made so hard, how I couldn't cope. On my previous videos, I told you how I go to work 8 a.m., come back at 4 p.m. No break. I never know it's against the law till I came into this country. And it's real. How can you give somebody a job 8 hours straight? A mother, young mother, no break. And I was doing it there with all my strength, with all my heart, because I have children, I have to pay bills. And then at the end of the month, when the salary comes in, we pay bill, pay school fees, pay book fee, pay up. We don't even have anything relaxed for us. No, 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 no. We don't. We don't. It's not like we wear flashy clothes or whatever over there. No, nothing, because we're gloomy. It works well. But you see there, thank you very much. I'm not ready to go back there anyway. I won't even encourage anybody to be there. But thank you for listening. We're going to go into detail as time goes. I'll come back and we're going to go into detail. Drop me your own idea. Drop me your own experiences. If you've been in that side of the world, if you've been to Italy, if you live there and come over here to live, drop into the comment what experiences you've had, and we're going to go through them one by one. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. If you've not subscribed, please do subscribe to my channel, and I'm looking forward to see you again in the next video. Thank you.